Hey guys! What's going on, everybody? Before I continue on, a couple of things I gotta say. First of which being that I hope you guys had a great Christmas, a great Hanukkah, a great Kwanzaa, whichever holiday you celebrate, whether you had a great time with your family, friend, or you spent the day by yourself. I just want to say I hope you guys had a safe and a great day. This is a great holiday period. The second of which being this. I owe you all a massive apology. This video, which is going up today, December 29th, this was supposed to go up originally on the 20th, over a week ago. So I apologize. This video has been very much delayed. There has been a lot been going on, all good things, and it's just that things have been very, very busy. I mean, throughout the entire, not just this month, but things have just been very, very busy. And unfortunately, there's only so much time there's only so much time for things in the day. And I don't have, unfortunately, all the time in the world to do the things that even I want to do, because there's just so much shit going on, whether it's work, personal life, doing this stuff. There's just a lot going on. So I do apologize. And by the way, I just want to reiterate this. All good stuff, by the way. I just want to let you guys know right now that I am really, really sorry that this video took forever to get out. But hey, I need to get this video out before my best and my worst films, which, by the way, my worst films there premiere tomorrow at 12 p.m. EST. And my best films, my top 10 favorite films of 2024, that will premiere at, I believe, 8 or 8:30 p.m. on New Year's Eve. And I hope you guys are excited about that. I had such a great time making those videos. But before this happen, it is time for me to finally make a video that you guys have been wondering when or even if it was going to come out, and that is my late reviews roundup for 2024. I'm just going to let you guys know right now, there will not be a lot of movies on this reviews roundup as I thought there would be. Like, guys, there are so many films this year that I wanted to catch that I unfortunately did not have the time to catch. Like, for example, 3 particular films that I really wanted to see, but again, time is time is a very valuable essence in life, and unfortunately, as much as I wanted to see a couple particular films, time was just not my friend. It was actually really my enemy in this case. 3 particular films I really wanted to see, one of them being Strange Darling. I wanted to catch this movie so bad, and I kept hearing great things, and I just didn't have the time to see it. I'm really sorry about that. The documentary Superman, I really wanted to see this. As a matter of fact, I had the chance to see it, but unfortunately, again, time, personal life, work life, there was just a lot of things that were getting in the way of it. Another one that I wanted to see that I know you guys were asking me to review was The Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohan. I really wanted to see this movie. As you all know, I'm a massive Lord of the Rings fan, but unfortunately, again, didn't have the time. And the last one that it kills me I couldn't see this movie and that I was able to review it for you guys, because I believe I promised you guys when it originally came out that yes, it will be up in late reviews roundup 2024, but unfortunately I did not have the time to see Moana 2. I really, really wanted to see that movie, and again, it kills me, and I'm really disappointed in myself that I couldn't see those specific films. I know I said 3, but 4 films. Guys, it really kills me that I was able to see these movies because, again, time. It's just, there's a lot of things that happen in my life, whether, again, it's personal, work stuff, things that are just going all around. There's just a lot of stuff, and once again, guys, my deepest apologies that I was able to see those 4 particular films, as I really wanted to see those movies. I know you guys wanted me to cover those movies, especially for this, but unfortunately, I just did not have the time. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button to them. It's a feature video, or it's a feature review, a reaction, a top 5, a top 10, or whatever I have coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to miss the cool stuff I have coming your way. And for those of you coming back to my channel, by the way, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy to see your faces once again. And let's start our conversation below. What did you guys think of these movies? Well, once I reviewed them on Late Reviews Roundup 2024. Did you like these movies that I reviewed? Did you dislike these movies that I reviewed? Let me know below. Alright guys, it is time to finally get to a video that I've been promising you since, June of this year, and that is my Late Reviews Roundup of 2024. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I have, just to double check the amount of movies I'm reviewing in this roundup, I have about 5 movies that I'm reviewing in this roundup. And again, I do apologize that there isn't a lot like there usually would be, but again, time. But guys, otherwise, it is time to finally get into Late Reviews Roundup 2024, starting with my review of A Real Pain. This was a movie that I was dying to see. I finally got to see it about a couple of weeks ago, and here we go. So, A Real Pain is a film that was written and directed by Jesse Eisenberg, who also stars in the film, along with Kieran Culkin, as 2 cousins that travel through Poland in a tour, and also in honor of, I believe, their grandmother or great-grandmother, but as this tour goes along, there is some tension, and there are some things that are brought between the 2 of them as this tour goes along. I don't want to give away too much. This is a movie that I was really dying to see, especially after I heard all the film festival reviews. People were saying it's one of the best films there, that it's hilarious. Kieran Culkin gives an off-screen performance, and also Jesse Eisenberg is great as a writer, director, and granted, guys, while I haven't seen Jesse Eisenberg's previous film, I believe this is his second film behind the camera directing. I gotta tell you guys right now, after seeing this movie, I want to see Jesse Eisenberg direct more stuff, because it is clear that this guy not only has a clear vision and a unique voice in filmmaking, but this guy can direct, man. Whether it came down to the performances, I mean, as y'all can imagine, Jesse Eisenberg is great, but really, the hype is real when it comes to Kieran Culkin. Kieran Culkin is so damn excellent in this movie. I mean, there are scenes in this movie where you can just feel the pain in this movie that he is going through. And speaking of which, guys, one of my favorite aspects about A Real Pain is how that title is used in different ways throughout this film. There is a lot of things that are not only going that you can clearly see above the surface, but there's a lot of things that you don't really see under the surface, but you can feel what's going on in terms of not only just this tour, the relationship, and a lot of other things happening. Something else I want to mention is that this film at times is beautifully shot. How Jesse Eisenberg and his cinematographer do specific shots in terms of really just the whites and capturing him and Kieran Culkin as they do this tour, I thought was really brilliant, not only showcasing these beautiful landscape wide shots of Poland, but not to mention as well, some just great, beautifully shot dialogue-driven sequences. Not only is this movie really just a dramatically moving film, but man, it is hilarious. There are times in this movie where it does have some very dark humor, there is no lie about that, but there are other times in this movie where it has a nice little icebreaker in there that I absolutely love. There are some bits where I felt like it could have been trimmed just a little bit, and there are some jokes that didn't quite hit with me personally. Otherwise, this movie is a dramatically moving film. It's a hilarious film, and there are some bits that I think will hit a lot of people out there. So guys, I'm going to give A Real Pain a 4.5 out of 5. This movie is a terrific film, and if you haven't seen this movie yet, definitely guys check it out. It is a really good film, and you know what? If Kieran Culkin wins, I don't know if it's Best Supporting Actor or Best Actor. I'll be very happy because, man, this guy has just been going places ever since, and you know what? I want to see his career go even further. Next up is a review for a movie that I was really anticipating to see, and that is ANORA. In the film, we follow ANORA, or Annie, who is portrayed by, I believe it's Mickey Madsen or Mickey Madison. I am so sorry I'm butchering your name, man, because I'll be real right here. She is great in the film. An exotic dancer who meets a Russian boy, a Russian guy, and the 2 of them, after having quite a few sexual encounters, and after the 2 of them make a trip to Vegas, the Russian guy says, "Hey, let's get married so I don't have to move back to Russia." And soon after that, oh boy, does some shit happen, to say the least, and that's all I'm gonna say. ANORA was a movie that I was really anticipating in seeing, and I will be honest, I have not seen a Sean Baker film before. I have not seen The Flora Project, I have not seen Red Rocket, I have not seen Tangerine, but I only keep hearing great things. Unfortunately, this is gonna send a lot of people after my ass, but I gotta be honest with you guys, This is one of those movies that I know a lot of people absolutely love, but honest to God, guys, I don't get the hype of this movie. Nora, for me, is easily one of the most overrated films of 2024. Before I get into my negatives, I will say this much. Mickey Madison, great in the film. As a matter of fact, I hope she gets nominated for an Oscar, and if she wins, good on her. I hope she wins because she is honestly great in this film. She gives an incredible performance. It's also stunningly shot. I love how the film was shot, and there are sequences in this movie that are genuinely great sequences. But, oh my God, this movie, to say the least, got on my fucking nerves. There were many sequences in this movie where it just goes on and on and on and on to the point where, I have a lot of patience. I feel like I have a lot of patience, but my God, this movie tested my patience multiple times in a row. There were sequences where I kept on thinking, is there a point to any of this? For example, the invasion scene that apparently took over, 10, 15 days to film, something like that? That one sequence, I thought that was the entire movie, and I thought that was going to be where everything was taking place. Now, if that was the case, this movie would have been probably my top 10 worst films of the year. No joke, like, that scene drove me nuts. But once it gets to a certain point, and once it moves on, I just thought, okay, thank God. Something else I will say is this: besides Mickey Madison, the other characters in this movie are just so annoying. Guys, there is not a single character besides Mickey Madison's character ANORA that is likable. Everybody in this movie is such a douche. Well, minus one character who I knew was going to happen with this character the moment that I saw him, but otherwise, did this movie keep my attention? Yes. Did it keep me engaged? Yes, it did. But at the same time, guys, there's a certain point during which my engagement of this movie where I just felt annoyed. It was getting on my gears. It was grinding my gears, to say the least. And once it got to the ending, I kept on hearing that the movie's ending, the movie's final shot was a very haunting final shot. I got it. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, the moment it ended, I just thought, okay, so that was kind of a waste of my time. I'm going to give ANORA a 2 out of 5. I know, guys, I am really sorry. I really wanted to like this film, but personally, it just didn't hit with me like it had other people. I'm so sorry, guys. I know, believe me, a lot of you just want to kill me right now. The next movie I'm going to review, to say the least, has been shrouded in controversy given the subject, and that is The Apprentice. Yes, the Donald Trump film. Yes, I saw this movie as I was very interested, especially knowing that Sebastian Stan was portraying Donald Trump and that Jeremy Strong was in this. I mean, yeah, I'm going to give this movie a shot despite of how I feel. Now, here's the thing. For those of you who know me, when it comes to political stuff, I'm not a political person, and as a matter of fact, I'm a person that's, I guess the term apolitical, even though I do have stances and I do have certain things that I believe in, but at the same time, am I a political person? Absolutely not, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on The Apprentice, and essentially, guys, in The Apprentice, as y'all can imagine, we see the rise, and we see how Donald Trump to become the person that he is today. That's about it. This is a movie that I definitely had interest in, mainly because, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, that was because Sebastian Stan was playing Donald Trump, and I'm a massive Sebastian Stan fan. I mean, I love Sebastian Stan, I love Jeremy Strong, and I loved everything I was hearing out of this movie. I was curious to see what this movie was going to be like, how it would feel, what it would do, especially knowing it's, about Donald fucking Trump. Here's what I can tell you about this movie. Did I like this movie? Yes. I liked the film, but I will say it could have been loads better. Now, here's what I can say about this movie. The performances in this movie are incredible. Maria Bakalova, who plays, I believe, I can't remember, I think Trump's ex-wife. I can't remember her name. I'll put her in here. I'm so sorry. She is great in the film. I loved her in the film. Jeremy Strong, honest to God, incredible in the film. There's a lot of times where he is a standout in this movie. I love Jeremy Strong in this film. But as y'all can imagine, Sebastian Stan as Donald Trump. He absolutely kills it in this movie. He really does. Sebastian Stan does a wonderful job of portraying Donald Trump. There were times where I saw Donald Trump. There were legitimately times that I saw a guy that was essentially Trump on the big screen. And I thought Sebastian Stan did a great job with his portrayal of Donald Trump. There are sequences in this movie that I loved. Like, there are parts of this movie that I absolutely loved. And is this movie entertaining? Yes, it is. I found this movie entertaining, but at the same time, this is a movie that, while I feel like it's an entertaining film, I feel like this movie could have gone deeper in a lot of aspects. I won't go into those aspects. This is just a movie that I wish could have done just a tad bit more. It's a movie that I wish could have done a character study. As I was watching this movie, I just kept thinking of Succession. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of how it was shot. I don't know, but I just kept thinking that it just reminded me of Succession. I'm going to give The Apprentice a 3.25 out of 5. It is a movie that I was definitely entertained by, and there's aspects that I loved about this movie, but there are other aspects that I feel like that not only they scratch the surface on, but I feel like they could have done a tad bit more with. Coming up on to the next movie, the second to last movie on Later Reviews Roundup 2024 is a movie that I kept hearing a lot of things about. Actually, the last two movies, I should say, I kept hearing about. But this particular movie I kept on hearing about for one reason, and that is my review of The Substance. Yes, I finally saw this movie, and 2 words: holy shit. In the film, we follow a character played by Demi Moore, who used to be a big star, and her star has been fading. Her celebrity status has been fading until one day she finds this thing that gives her access to a thing called the substance, which does things to her body in a way to have another thing happen that allows her to be young again a certain way. What I just said right there, guys, is just barely scratched the surface of what is a fucking excellent film that leads up to a third act that left my jaw dropped. Demi Moore is great. Margaret Qualley is easily one of the best things about this movie, but I got handed to Dennis Quaid, who is so great at portraying this shitbag, essentially, a talent agent. This is a movie that, when it comes down to the plot, guys, it goes in directions that I thought it was going to go one certain way. When I thought this movie was going to zig, it zagged. And it does that so many times in this movie, and it goes to a part in this movie where it goes, to say the least, batshit crazy. And by the way, the body horror aspect in this movie, oh my god. It leads into something that, no joke, guys. I was texting my buddy, oh my god, the ending of this movie, let me guys want to say this, you are not prepared for what's coming. 2 of the things that I gotta talk about are how it's shot, because I loved how candy colored the cinematography was, how the color palette was. I mean, this is a strikingly gorgeously shot film, and also, if there's another thing that I loved, it was the sound design. The sound design in this movie is terrific, and some of the best sound design I've heard in 2024, like, no joke. The sound design, and not only kind of gets under your skin in some certain ways, but it does enhance the overall vibe this movie is going for. That's all I'm going to say about that. There was a certain point at which I thought the film was about to end, like, it faded to black, it kept going, it faded to black again, it kept going. Otherwise, guys, The Substance is a movie that, if you have not seen it, check it out. You are in for a wild ride. And with all that being said, guys, I'm going to give The Substance a 4.5 out of 5. This is such an insane ride, and let me guys, you're not prepared for what's coming. Moving on to the last review, a Late Reviews Roundup 2024. This is another movie that I kept hearing great things about, and I'm happy to say that, unlike ANORA, this is a movie that lived up to the hype for me and then some, and that is my review of The Wild Robot. Yes, I made sure to see this movie, and my god, this movie was an experience, and it was so just wow. In The Wild Robot, we follow, well, a robot portrayed by Lupita Nyong'o who finds herself crash landed on this island when she was supposed to have been delivered to a family, but while on this island, she comes across this animal that has just been born because she has accidentally done certain things, and not only does she help raise this animal, but she tries to help find this animal's place on this island along with a fox portrayed by Pedro Pascal. This is a movie in which I kept on consistently hearing only the greatest things about. Like, it was emotional, that was an adventure, that was an experience, and guys, I'm very happy to say that I agree with all three of those things. This movie is an absolutely wonderful film. It's a charming film. It's an adventure. This is a marvelous film, and I regret not seeing this movie either because, man, this would have been even better on the movie screen. First of all, I didn't recognize that was Lupita Nyong'o at first. I didn't recognize that was Pedro Pascal at first, but otherwise, these two are wonderful in the film. The entire cast is great in the film. The animation is just wonderful in this film. It looks so good. Like, the animation, to say the least, it's stunning, it's beautiful. It is such a wonderfully crafted film that you can tell that people put their heart, their passion, their love into, and this just felt like an adventure, another DreamWorks film that absolutely landed. And no joke to you guys, I thought this was the best DreamWorks film since How to Train Your Dragon 2. I am dead serious. The storytelling is great about not only finding your place and where you belong, knowing who you are, parenting. I mean, the amount of things that this movie goes over, and it hits its mark on every single level. I mean, I can't describe to you guys the emotions I felt watching this movie, and no joke, did I tear up? You're damn right I did. Once it gets to the third act, beautiful and wonderful and charming to say the least, in the film's ending I'm thinking about right now. Don't cry, Austin, don't cry. This movie is a wonderful film. It's a charming film. It's a brilliant film. It is easily one of my favorite films of the year. It's a great film for everybody, and I'm going to absolutely give this movie a 5 out of 5. Such a wonderful film on every single level, and easily the best animated film of the year, no questions asked. And with all that being said, guys, that is going to wrap it up for Late Reviews Roundup 2024. Once again, guys, my deepest apologies that it took this long to get this video up, but I finally got it up. I hope you guys liked or even enjoyed all the movies on this list, even the movie that I didn't like, ANORA, but I hope you guys saw the films and enjoyed all the films, and let me know below what did you think of the films on this video. Sorry, I'm a little tongue twisted right now, but let me know below. I hope you enjoyed Late Reviews Roundup 2024. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 videos, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my best and worst videos go live tomorrow and New Year's Eve, I'll see you guys next time. See y'all tomorrow.